should you be icing after playing basketball? We're going to break down the reasons why or why not to be icing after playing basketball. My name is Dr. Marco Lopez, Doctor of Physical Therapy and Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, and co-founder of the Basketball Doctors. So for today's topic, we're going to go over ice baths in general. So we're not really talking about specific icing of a joint. So you probably have seen people playing basketball in the collegiate or NBA level that after playing, or even in the high school level sometimes, after playing, the coaches tell them like, hey, hit up the ice bath. So they'll go and submerge their lower body into these ice tubs. And with that, there's a couple benefits that are along with those when you ice bath. So we're going to break it down into some of the reasons why you should and shouldn't. So some of the reasons why you should ice bath after playing basketball is, one, it's going to numb some of the pain. So it has this analgesic effect. So if you're playing and you have some aches and pain, or you had a small little injury but you played through it, an ice bath would be perfect because it's going to help numb the pain by cooling down the joints and numbing that aspect of the tissue that's hurting. And it's going to really bring down your pain. That way you can start functioning better after you get out of that ice bath. The other thing is that it really helps with decreasing your perceived soreness. So what happens is they've shown studies where they submerge themselves in these ice baths, and people report that their soreness decreased after it. And then usually that decreased soreness lasts for 24, 48 hours. And that's really good for people that are playing and want to get back to playing again the next day or the day after. So if you have decreased perceived soreness, you're going to be able to maintain that current performance that you have. And what they've also shown that icing the lower body, because you have less soreness and you have less pain from, originally that initial aspect, is that they've shown next day improved in performance as opposed to people that haven't taken the ice baths. So there's a lot of benefits of using the ice bath to really maintain your performance throughout the season. That's why a lot of people use it. Also, another systemic effect is that it helps improve your immunity overall. So they've shown some studies where it improves your immunity by, like, let's say if you're getting sick or anything, submerging yourself in a cold bath will improve some of your immunity response with it. Well, we're going to go over some of the things to look out for. Not necessarily negative effects, but some of the things that research has been showing. So the main one is that, with any injury, inflammation is normal, and we kind of want that part of the healing process. However, with icing, sometimes it may delay some of that healing because of that swelling. So that's one thing to look out for those chronic overuse injuries that you're still not going over the bug. Ice bath might not be as beneficial. The other thing in regards to hypertrophy and strength gains. So if you're an athlete that's weight training, that's goal is to improve muscle size and strength, the ice baths have shown that it may limit some hypertrophy and strength gains. So it might not be recommended to use it after your session of weightlifting. Another reason why you got to be careful is more the infection reason, why if you have an open wound, there might be a risk for infection, especially if you're using it with multiple people. So using it if you have your own, or using it when there's not that many people around. That's another thing that you need to look out for. But in regards to ice baths in general, our recommendations is that when athletes use them, you want to use it for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes within the first hour. Ideal case scenario, finish practice and go in there and do it for 5 to 10 minutes. And that's because that's kind of like the window that they've shown research. And you have to use it kind of consistent basis. But, our recommendations, there's so many benefits with it, especially with athletes. And, if we're able to get them decreasing their soreness and feeling better, we're all for it. So if you guys have any questions regarding this topic, if you guys want us to dive in a little bit deeper, comment below. And if you like this video, share this video to friends and family, subscribe to our channel, and like this video. We are the Basketball Doctors. Let's ball for life.